Hello, everyone. Doran here. I'm a gay man of 57, and I have been living here in Phoenix for about the last 15 years, but I've only recently become interested in getting involved with the gay community, maybe like in about the last year. It started when I actually met a man that I really loved. Andy, I'm only going to mention your first name. He's Native American. I probably have loved him more than I have loved anyone in my entire life. Uh, there has been times where I have been ridiculed and treated like dirt because for the same thing we are all doing. You know, it's like I have smoked pot and I have smoked meth. And it has been for, in my opinion, and knowing my body for legitimate reasons. But it was also fun when you are fully functional. I have been treated like shit for it, and I have been ostracized from my own community by my own brothers who are also doing the same thing, but don't have the frigging balls to admit it. Uh, when did we actually stop listening to each other? When did we stop being such a diverse community of drag queens and bikers and leathermen and jocks and twinks and and professional people? We were all in the same boat at one time, or at least I used to think so. Um, you know, I have been out to the Newtown Saloon where I tried to go in and feel it, and I could feel it in my head, but I could not feel it in my body after I tried to respond in one of the blackout rooms where everybody plays in the back, and, men have their flies open or their pants down. I was one of them. I was wearing a kilt. And could not respond, and sometimes it happens. It's been happening more and more often ever since I've tried to go clean and sober. Well, everybody's happy with me being clean and sober, but I'm not. I feel like I have had my heart ripped out and a big chunk of my soul is gone. I feel like I'm fucking dead inside. But the biggest surprise to me has not necessarily been what has happened to me. It is how I have sort of like been the outcast for admitting who and what the fuck I am. Okay? I don't have a problem. Yes, I've smoked pot. Okay? Yes, I've actually smoked speed for different reasons. Okay? 28 years ago, I was badly injured when I was hit by two frigging cars head on in a motorcycle. And the first one, a 79 Pontiac, threw me 40 feet into the air after she broke pretty much everything on my left side, including my hip. Landed on the freeway in front of another car coming the other direction who couldn't stop, who ran over my waist and crushed my hips in an open book pelvic fracture and flattened damn near everything. And then at the time of it, I also got a dose of a chronic illness and became HIV positive during blood transfusion. The reason that you all have the freedoms that we do now is because there were people like me of my age who went to war and fought head to head on the war zone during the Reagan years when nobody gave a shit whether gay men were dying or not. And the ones who came to our rescue the most were lesbians who went ahead and came forward because they did not have the same risk of getting AIDS quite the same way that we did. Because we're men, and we have our dicks inside each other. Every man wants to be fully functional, including me. But whenever I tried to go ahead and talk about it and be open about it, I was shut out and be outcast. At Newtown Saloon here in Phoenix, I actually had people who did not think I wanted to be there, making fun of me, and a couple of them actually ridiculed me and saying snide, nasty little things on the way out they knew would fucking hurt, and did it anyway. When did we all stop being together in the same boat? When did we actually succumb to letting the outside world divide us right down the middle, and not only cut us up and chop us up into pieces, but we became part of our own little cliquish groups where these people don't talk to those people, and those people don't talk to that person, and that person, what the hell? What happened to us? I am not embarrassed and ashamed about who I am. At one time I was, but I'm not anymore, and I refuse to be. But I also feel like I don't belong here either. This is the first time in my life I have ever been with other men and other people from the gay community who have actually made me feel embarrassed and ashamed to even be one of them and call myself gay. It has never happened before in my lifetime. And last night, I still really couldn't do too much with a wonderful man I met here in Phoenix, and it felt so completely normal for me and my head and my heart and my soul to have a man sleeping with his head on my chest and my arms wrapped around him at night while I held him close, listening to him breathe while he is sleeping. When did we actually stop listening to each other and think that it was okay to kick each other out of our cliquish little groups and deny them love, acceptance, companionship, and the truth of what we are? What the fuck happened to us? We are all doing drugs for different reasons. We're all getting high for different reasons. It's not just a freaking party. Celebration, yes. But I was never a mess while I was actually doing real clear product. It wasn't until the latter months of this year that I went ahead and got a hold of crap that was given to me that was such garbage that I have a headache, I have blinding vision, I'm throwing up, I'm puking, my dick shrivels to the size of a cigarette butt. I am not functional, I don't feel well, and I have a bad headache, and how am I supposed to be happy about defending any of it? When did we stop talking? When did we actually think that other people's opinions were something we didn't want to hear? When did we decide, oh, we don't even want to know him, so it's fucking lights out? When did we become so judgmental that we let the outside world divide us into groups that hate each other and then turn on our own and feed on our own? Yes, I fought for pot for medical reasons. But I also did it because I don't think anybody who is using recreationally should actually be ready to go ahead and die or get something in it that was like toxic that would kill them, because there are plenty of people out there who would try it. I have feelings of my own. When did I not have a right to talk? When did all of us not have a right to talk? I'm not into the fucking games they're being played. But at the same time, I have invited people back to my house who not only hit me with things that felt like date rape drugs that really fucked up my head to I'm ready to pass out on the floor, which is not because I loved and I trusted you. But you also ripped me off. You stolen money. You stole my love and support. You ripped me off for a leather coat. You've taken various items from my house. And most of all, you took my trust and you replaced it with a deep freeze. What am I supposed to back up with you when you don't even have the balls to back up yourself? I went to the clubs, sex clubs here in town, high, and had fun. Where were any of you? You're hiding off in the corners, playing in the dark where it's so dark no one can actually see what you're doing or recognize you. You're hypocrites. When did it start? I spent most of my life back in the early days when the AIDS crisis broke out, during the Reagan years, when there were nobody who cared about gay men or women in particular at all, and we fought for ourselves because we had to. It was a matter of survival. When I made discoveries of things that would actually help me get my life back and my libido back and help me like fix depressive states, I was fucking grateful. I thank God for it. When did we become so willing to feed on each other and rip each other to pieces? Because I'm honest and open. I grew up a liberal in a liberal society, not to be afraid of who I am or what I'm about. But maybe I'm a bit too real for you, and if in Phoenix, Arizona. And if this is the case, to be perfectly honest, I don't belong here. I know I fucking don't belong here. I'm not going to be able to go forward here. And I'm at the point right now where I feel like either I'm going to try to get my life back, which it may already be too fucking late, and to fight for my rights, which may already be too fucking late, or I'm going to wind up walking out in the desert with a shotgun sticking out of my mouth because for the first time in my life, my own community has made me so fucking embarrassed and ashamed of being gay because of your actions. Stand alongside you for what? For the shit you fucking pulled on me? Are you real? Are you fucking for real? And to listen to you lie and pretend that everything was okay when I know damn well you have experience in in what we're all doing and for why isn't helping. And you really think I'm too fucking stupid to notice? I never thought I would get to the point where I have had my own community turn around and fucking stab me in the back so badly that I'm willing to sell my house and have a garage sale or the yard sale and get rid of all my antiques and everything I spent more than 20 years collecting. And just sell them all for enough cash to basically hop on the motorcycle and whatever I can fit into my saddlebags, a backpack, and maybe a trunk, and just ride out of town and start over somewhere else. Even if it means I have to sleep in a fucking tent to do it. So, how about some answers? Instead of playing your fucking games, and your cars, and your bikes, and your buses, and your trucks, and your pipes, and your books, and your intelligence, and your materialistic things, and everything else that you've got going for you, including your goddamn real estate transactions. How about the real answer? When did you stop being real? And when did you actually decide to let yourself be used in such a manner that you would turn on your own? You tell me. I'm waiting for an answer. Not even daddy. Dramna, damnuli, Ostiara formoasa sa avet. Happy holidays. Post back. I'm a man with a big heart, and I would really like to know, because you have no idea how much more I spend giving back than I ever did taking for my own needs. Let's hear it. I'm open.